Hey, good morning, everyone. How's it going today? What am I working on now? Well, I've got an '01 Jeep Grand Cherokee that got towed into me. It's got the 4-liter in it. The 4-liter is kind of a dinosaur motor. It's a torquey bugger, I will give it that. They're very reliable. They do seem to hold up very well, but just like any other engine, you got to keep oil in them. You got to maintain them. But it's a good motor, for the most part. Anyway, customer's complaint was that it started to overheat on them. All right, so I got in it just before, and I went to go start it. And it's been here overnight. I went to go start it before, and I started cranking it. It sounded a little off, like maybe low compression on 1 cylinder or 2 cylinders or something like that. And then it finally started up and was kind of chuggling a little bit, and I shut it right off. So that was like maybe 15 minutes ago. So the motor never got any temperature in it or anything like that, but it did start for a split second. I mean, if I had it running for 90 seconds in total, that's a lot. Actually, no, I shouldn't even say that. If I had it running for more than a second and a half is what I meant to say. That's a lot. So, but I shut it right down. I went under the hood and I looked, and it appears that somebody put a radiator in this at some point in its life. It doesn't look brand new, but it doesn't look like the original one. So was somebody chasing a problem in this vehicle at some point? It turns out the customer had just purchased this not too long ago. And unfortunately, I don't think the outcome's going to be good here. I went and I took the radiator cap off, and it was low on coolant, but it had a distinctive smell to it. I wish I could put odors and smells through the phone or through the video, but I can't. If any of you know what coolant smells like in a vehicle with a blown head gasket, this is kind of what it's got. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a block test on this. I haven't done anything else, but on these, and I found it in the past, sometimes it's a little difficult to do a block test with the chemical tester. And what I've done is I've actually devised a setup using a coolant funnel and then a lid that I put onto it. So this way I have like a chamber, an area where I can't possibly get coolant into the tester. Because the problem is if you get coolant into the tester, it avoids the test because it'll change the color of the chemical. Sometimes it'll actually just neutralize the chemical so it won't react. So this is what I'm going to do here. I have my coolant funnel hooked up. I added water to it. I added probably half a gallon to get it to this point. Now I have a lid for this. And what I did was I have a hole cut out in the center because I lay the lid on top of it and then I put my tester through that. This way I have this area here of no fluid like to get up into the tester. So let me see how it starts now that it's been sitting for a little bit. And I want to see if it blows any smoke, anything else. I haven't, like I said, I haven't done anything. I just heard a bunch of noise in the shop. Hang on a second. I don't know if you heard that on the video, but everything's okay. It's just Mo going happy with a Sawzall. And I was just afraid that something happened because I just heard like a loud bang. Anyway, so let's start this thing up and see what it does. So here we go. It would help if I put key in the ignition, wouldn't it? I don't know if you heard that when it's the way it started. It just sounded very odd. Motor's got a shake to it. I could smell coolant out the exhaust too. Let's walk to the back. I haven't a run of vehicles with blown head gaskets lately. A little puffy there, but I mean, it was rainy and humid and everything else last night. So I mean, but I can smell it. That's the thing. Let me rev it up, see if I got anything coming through the cooling system. Nothing right now, but I'm gonna let this thing get hot and then let's see what it does. So you don't have to sit there while this thing gets hot. It's gonna take 10 minutes or so. Well, this thing's only been running for a few seconds, and it's starting to spew everything up and out, and man, does it stink. I'm hoping it pulls some of this back through. So I can see all the air bubbles coming through though. and it stinks. So I'm hoping to be able to put the lid on and get it to actually do, so I can actually do the test, so you can see it. But I mean, right off the bat, I can tell this thing's got an issue. But it just keeps spewing and spewing and spewing. Let's just see what's the temp inside. See, that's already at the halfway point. But this thing's only been running for a couple of minutes. It really has not been running long. It should not even be that high, unless it's got an air pocket in the head. Let me shut it down for a second. Maybe it'll purge out. Because sometimes it'll purge out. See, that kind of movement tells you, too, that there's air in the system. Where's all the air coming from? I wonder if I do the test now, if it'll show anything. Because it is burping up some air. All right, let's hook this up. Hang on, let me just get this ready. All right, I don't know if you can hear it. It's burping through. Let's just try this, just see if it changes anything right now without it even running. May not do anything. No, it's not going to change it that way. All right, let me just take this off of here for a second. Let me start this thing back up. I mean, just because of the smell and everything else, I'm confident it's got a blown head gasket. But I'd like to be able to just be 100% show this. Am I getting the change there finally? Hard to tell. Let me rev it up slightly and see if I can. Come on. I'm trying to film and do this at the same time. I do see a slight change in that color. It's not as crisp as it was before. See, it is changing. Yep. It's now got that yellow tinge to it. You hear that ticking noise? There's purge solenoid going. But yeah, it's changing. You can see it. Not as dramatic as that Dodge was from yesterday, but yeah, that's a definite change right there. But yeah, I was confident it had an issue, and there that shows it. And it's coming through now. The motor's not even hot, but the temperature gauge is reading halfway. But there you go. There's another one. Oh, and look at that. It's pushing up through. So let me shut this thing down. It'll probably spew again. Let me shut it down. Actually, let me take the key out so I don't listen to that incessant beeping. Oh, look at that. Pushed all the way up. It's right there. Look how nasty that is too. That's disgusting. But it's got a very distinct smell to it. So, all right, here's another one it's done for. Wow, that's what? That's 1, 2, 3. That's 4 in less than a month that I've had with head gasket issues. A lot of times, a lot of this stuff could be avoided if you maintain your cooling system. I find a lot of times people never change their coolant, like ever. And over time it degrades. And at least you have like a liquid in there, but what happens is you wind up getting a coating of stuff like inside the radiator. It's like having clogged arteries. It gets in there and it affects the cooling system. So, but anyway, just thought that was kind of interesting. I wanted to show you that, just give you a general idea. But this one's done. This thing's got 240,000 miles on it. I think it said it's 200 and something. I don't recall exactly what it was. But there again, how much money do you want to put into it? Like I said, I believe they just bought this not too long ago, unfortunately. So, but there again, have somebody you trust look it over. You trust us to bring it in when you have a problem, then you should trust us to look it over when you want to make a purchase. You may, even though your car's savvy, it doesn't hurt to have somebody else look at it too, get a second set of eyes on something. Just peace of mind, that's all it is. All right, guys, if you're getting something out of my videos, hit that like button. If you could, please subscribe. All right, have a great day. Keep wrenching.